I'm Fritz, one of the partners in Firefly, and I help to supervise the personal lines team. Jamie is actually going to be our hero today as she presents to us, and we're really excited about what we've got. Just by way of really quick introduction, what we're excited most about today is that what we're talking about really can change your experience today. Like it can make your life better even yet today because security and passwords are something we cannot get around in this world, never mind the carrier ones, but everything. And security is important and sometimes inconvenient. And in fact, what prompted this is that Jamie and I were having a conversation, gosh, probably like a little over a month ago, and we were talking about reusing passwords. And it's almost impossible to keep track of all the websites you have and all the passwords and stuff that should be there. And it's a bad idea to reuse passwords. So what do? Post-it notes or try to keep it in your mind. It's almost impossible. And so we were talking to Jamie and I were talking, and she was saying, yeah, the problem with using like a generated password is I can't remember it when I'm on my phone. And then we were talking about how, well, you can put LastPass on your phone and then you have your passwords with you everywhere. And she was like, oh my gosh, really? And we were just realizing there's some stuff about LastPass that we think we can just help you to understand, give you confidence in it, and even in the security of the information that you put into LastPass. So Jamie's prepared today to go over certain specific topics, short and sweet. We don't think this will necessarily be a very long webinar, but if you have any questions, you're welcome to put questions in the chat or in the Q&A if one of those works for you. And we are just excited and hope that you leave today knowing, oh, yes, some problems are solved. So with that, Jamie, over to you.
Hey guys, I would say most of you probably know me by now, but if not, I'm Jamie Graham and I am a personal lines trainer here at Firefly. And another part of the thing that prompted this conversation is as new agents come on and I'm training them for the first time, and LastPass is one of the main things that we go over, and one of the very first things that we go over, in fact. I get a lot of questions from agents about specific things about LastPass. So then that's another thing that prompted this conversation with me and him, just talking about it. And I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe we should do a webinar, because I'm sure a lot of people are asking these same questions, but not really knowing the answers. And maybe you just don't have time to shoot us an email and ask. So that's kind of what led us to doing this webinar today. So just a couple things as we get started here. I'm just going to share my screen really quickly. And I want to make sure that all of you are using the LastPass browser extension. I think this is probably one of the most important pieces of LastPass is this browser extension. So the way that you get the browser extension to show up here like this on your top right-hand corner right beside your address bar is you click this little icon that looks like a puzzle piece. It's your extensions icon. And then you'll have a list of all the extensions that you have included in your browser screen. And there will be a little push pin here. So you should see LastPass in the list. And then there'll be a little push pin that you push, and then it'll show up here. And then it should stick there automatically forever unless you unselect the push pin. So anyway, having the browser extension up here is it's probably the most convenient way to use LastPass, because you can click on it at any given time and search, like, let's say you want to go to Travelers. Travelers, click it, and it'll launch Travelers, log you in, etc., etc. Another reason the extension is great is it will give you the pop-up then anytime you enter a new password that LastPass doesn't have. If you change a password to a website, it's going to pop up right here and say, do you want to remember your new password? And then obviously you click yes, and LastPass updates it automatically, and you're done. You don't have to worry about it. So the browser extension is literally how I navigate everywhere. Every carrier website, every website I go to, anything that I do, I'm using this extension to get there. It just makes everything so much quicker and faster. I don't know about you guys, but when I was working in a traditional agency many years ago, I kept an Excel spreadsheet of all my usernames and passwords, and it was extremely inconvenient. So when I started at Firefly and we had LastPass, I was like, Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I was so excited. And I think most of us at headquarters feel the same way about LastPass. We couldn't live without it. I know Fritz, you and I have talked about it at length.
Hmm.
Like, it is just one of those things now that I don't know that I could survive if I didn't have my LastPass.
In and
It's
out of
just,
work. Yeah.
yes, in and out of work. And that's, that's the other thing. I have all my personal passwords. Everything that in my life that requires a password is in LastPass.